absolute foolishness. Taking them out for American history, are we? It looks like some kind of lampooning caricature rubbish.
Today's talking, sir, Christmas Adams. He was the first person killed at the beginning of the revolution. Many believe his death was one of the main catalysts to start the war.
In the pursuit of a purpose, born a slave down the chain, considered worthless, stuck behind the hands of venom, hard working. We're working from the cradle to the grave, it's over certain. Now the world keeps turning, as British keep burning. Violence and insurrection are now constantly burning. Evolved up into the precipice of rebellion. I was living as a help, was violent in the selling. Big leagues taxation, without representation, on a newly formed nation, with its own legislation. Tribute to Brown, paid in British pounds. What about my introduction before I start to expound? I came to be in Brandon in 1723, a small town in the Massachusetts colony. My mother was late, my father was a slave around the age of 26. So I ran away, then I came home to land. My name was in the paper, it seems. Master Burns was upset when my behavior in my broke apart. For the school turned out to loud when Christmas, a reward was offered. 10 whole pounds, working off the mountain. Had to change my name as I moved through different counties. Got far enough to work as a student of the Boston. I discovered a love of the sea and wouldn't leave Harvard. Even people age fingers, I was in and out of the Boston Harbor. See the world, made it smarter. My mind grew sharper, which was quite good about it. From what counterparts would ever pursue. Every time that I would rob another British platoon, who would walk away from me like myself? Caution was overwhelming. Everyone was scars. Our city was hot and proud. Flush pressure was worse. Then the tempers ran high. The tipping point, March 5th, 1770. I could run in the regiment with some primitive weaponry. Snowball sticks, maybe a few gloves, but no one could know what that fateful day would become. 5 colonists in bed, 6 wounded because an officer was hit. With a rock and started shooting. Like in a retribution, there was no absolution, no forgiveness was given. This was a war of attrition. I was the first down with 2 bullets to the chest. This tomb became larger than a life after death. First martyr living, first to give his life, and his country's quest to gain independency. Now, you want to talk about violent fathers? They don't talk about me, don't even bother. My name is Christmas Adams. Thank you so much. It was an honor.
The journey of the people who crossed the Atlantic 100 years before Columbus and created unity with the indigenous people of this great land. Before the Spanish conquistadors and conquerors came and raped and pillaged the soils and souls of the indigenous people of this great land. The complexity of skin tones, yellow, brown, dark brown, black, black blue, black purple, depicted on the walls of the pyramids in Egypt, in the walls of the pyramids of Chichen Itza, on the multi-ton of stones of South America. The science, food, music, and culture that taught this country how to live, we have made a vow to deliver these stories. We are the forgotten founding fathers.
This makes no sense. So what you're telling me is that a slave was born a prince to a rich African family? That is rich. Then he was forced into slavery and then helped
George Washington win the Revolutionary War? That's better than the clockmaker's daughter, buddy. I think you should go into fiction writing. I don't think historical translations you can.
But sir, there are dozens of accounts which show the records of Prince Whipple in his lifetime.
May be led like sheep to slaughter. Truth will always prevail when pain is there to bring it to light. It's far better to be alone than to be in bad company. Liberty, when taken, is a plan to rapid growth, and to be prepared for war is the most effective way to preserve peace.
Land ho! Everybody put your W's up for the first president of the United States, the one and only Jeezy, George Washington. Yo, George, let's do it like we used to do it in the tunnel.
A man who's most known for strategy and composure, cunning and most noble of the American soldiers. A sword in my sheath and a musket in my holster. Captain of the rebels who face the new culture. Boasted by ideas of domestic insurrection. Acts that would demolish all British oppression. So here we are now at this great intersection between what was and non-negotiable progression. His Excellency in the flesh, General George Washington, sworn eradicator of King George's toxicants. A living, breathing monument, yeah, that's what many say. Well, that's enough of the formalities for the day. See, any way you slice it, freedoms are divisive, and all those involved feel their cause is most righteous. However, the British brain infects us like a virus, a crisis that leaves the body of our nation lifeless. Though we get to reconcile our history with the stage, we need to free Negroes just to help set the stage. 5,000 black fighters strong to help fight for freedom in a place where they had none all along. And righting those wrongs is 100 years long. 5 times over, yet we're still no closer. Even I, the poster boy for neo-liberation, owned slaves before and after the king's occupation. What made things worse was Dunmore's proclamation, which gave slaves freedom when joining British formation. That's the situation, and be that as it may, we're all on the cusp to a brand new day. The devil must get shot, another act of defiance, while standing upon shoulders of little known giants.
Quick word from the grapevine by. When a man stood at General Washington's right side, from wealth to a slave to a notable ally, to a legend on the battlefield where cannonballs fly. When the field where blood was spilled and men were killed. When secret six attempts to turn liberation twill. The secret six attempts to turn liberation twill. Were spies in the skies looking for info steal. Concealed intentions in the ever-present tension. Localized oppression through the King George's henchmen. All disobedience, it was paradigm shifting. It became the lynchment for future interventions. But I shouldn't even be here, I state that quite bluntly. Although I fight for it, I'm not from this country. I was born in Africa, 1750, to a wealthy family in the coastal Ghanaian city. Education was paramount, knowledge was the cause. But why he sent an older brother to study abroad? To America, he went on with only his wit. When he returned, he was a scholar with new gifts. 4 years passed. At that point, I was given the same task. Go learn, come back. I was 10 years old. It seemed quite sudden. I'm off on a journey accompanied by my cousin. A tired trek to a completely foreign land. But the captain of our voyage had treacherous plans. Next stop, Baltimore slave auction block. 2 boys himself, great African stock. One named Prince, the other named Cup. Who was so selfish they had to split us up. I was now the property of William Whipple the esteemed, an aide to the rebellious colonial regime. A fiction New Hampshire and a well-known merchant who made an apprentice of the boy who once purchased where he went. I followed no pride was never swallowed, cause for my freedom I would go to the gallows. But as the fabric of no nation became torn, peacetime was over, so now we must warn that William Whipple was concerned to help Washington's cause. Before this coming quarrel, I had no quarrel at all. Why would I, a poor free man, fight for a place for my own people? This is a third-class race. And as I expressed my concerns to my master, he He said, if I fight, I'll be free thereafter. All I needed to hear, the rocket's red glare. The battle of Saratoga, I was right there. The battle of Rhode Island, a musket in hand. The place for a new country on these old lands. By taking out every red coat and powder wig, establish a place where monarchy no longer lives. Once the tide turned, British flag burned. I took what I learned, plus the freedom that I earned. William Whipple stayed true to his word. So in 1784, I got what I deserved. A civilized life, a housewife, and the kids. Until the day I died in 1796. A lifelong fight for progression, a black family, and urban legend.
Fighting for the war with a name that means peace, but in our man of briefness and reason. Fighting for a land of what the British want to seize. Riots in the streets and the taxes increase. Rose the victory, the American Revolution. They call me a hero for all of my contribution. Yearning for the freedom written in the Constitution. That would all put the balance around the business. See the king sits on high while we get by. And though we try our best, laid plans go around. Constant all the conflict through the different politics, but we the rebels with our own bag of tricks. As for me, let's be honest, I was born in the bondage of 1747 in my mom's cottage. That was on my John Paul. Even though the institution of enslavement was evil, John wasn't at his core. He let me purchase my freedom for 27 pounds. That's like a year's salary for working on his ground. 1775, that's when it went down. That's when I began my quest as a traitor to the ground. The revolution I enlisted to fight for the resistance of the captain and the names I pledged my assistance in the instant. Found myself at the throes of war, battling with the British invasion upon our shores. Direct opposition to the redcoats in Boston, who saw sedition as treason quite often. Colonel James Fry, leader of a battalion, charged with the challenge of leading this rap stallion. He ordered us to march from Cambridge to Charlestown, and what would be known as one of the most powerful battlegrounds. June 14, 1775, the Battle of Bunker Hill, where the rebels turned the tides. Our technical position caught the British by surprise. We didn't shoot until we saw the whites of their eyes. Heavily outnumbered, we survived to advance. One into the third, we retreated to our encampment. Sadly, we lost the battle in 400 men. The British lost 1,000, we kept the Madison win. I re-enlisted again. The struggle for the cause is one of the greatest living soldiers that there ever was. Served in a militia to 1780 with deals on my honor, my valor, my bravery, Singapore. But my legacy is rich in the fabric of the country I'll forever be stitched. Yeah, I said my legacy is rich in the fabric of the country I'll forever be stitched. Yeah, I said my legacy is rich in the fabric of the country I'll forever be stitched. I'm saying poor.
This specific project is to showcase the American heroes during the formation of this great nation. Not slaves. Changes at once.
But sir,
Changes at once.
documenting history the way he wants it done makes no sense. You can't just pick and choose who you want to go into a history book and who you don't. The story will be incomplete. $5 is a lot of money, but money isn't everything. History deserves the truth, and not some sort of whitewashing as you would do with wood fencing. I call out to thy Lord and ask for the understanding for which I have not, and that being white man considered an intellectual would piece his own history together as a child would do a gingerbread house. Take this story here, of an African-American man born free in the wilderness. I can't believe I've never heard of this man.
I am the black man who rode with Paul Revere on his monument was one in the British were near. One if by land and two if by sea. If the land is a lick, then prepare for the sea. Only noblest streams we travel different directions. Directly we would take the form for protection. The midnight ride, became known as a legend, a rallying cry from my past to the present. With a limit by significance than just that night, as I've been a valued member of the whole fight for our nation's independence from all things British and send them all home while in the good Britons. I was born the son of a free black man who was a master housewife and a genius with his hands. My granddaddy was the first black to own land in the entire colony of New Hampshire, might I add. I'm supporting opportunities not shown in different lands. Had the best education of thanks to my dad. By the age of 21, on property myself. Started to amass a considerable wealth. Then became a civil servant, cause working for the people had become my truest purpose. And it was all what they just during the Revolutionary War. The town of New Market where I lived supported the rebel cause. I joined as a private, railed off there's a Langston's company of lighthouse volunteers. On a 250-mile march to Saratoga to assist the rebels in a hostile takeover. As history notes, we won that fight. And sent the red coats scurrying back into the night. My military history didn't remain long. This white New Market is where I truly belong. Serving the community at large as the first black man elected at public office. I was charged, given task from Martha to the town coroner, the public policy. I was not a coroner, even though the first library in my town that was open to all, the white, black, and brown. I became chief architect of all New Market. The first archaeologist who had scars. And I served my country in many ways. Wentworth Cheswell, don't forget the name. My name is Wentworth Cheswell. For all the 15 years of my life, I held public office. This included auditor, coroner, and the first ever black judge, justice of the peace in America. My name is Wentworth Cheswell. Peace.
About these slaves you're referring to, about their feelings. Have you ever taken that into account?
Yes, sir, that's why I think these stories are important. Because they've been forgotten and possibly buried.
No. Think about it this way. If Negroes knew of their contributions to the founding of this great nation, they may begin to feel entitled, demand equality, and economic displacement, or a call for freedom, causing great public unrest, forcing police officers to strike the Negro down in an attempt to calm the calamity. So, you see, some things are just best kept as Negro myth. Their own brand of age. Look at the brown savage, whose skin is its own scarlet letter for the ravaged. Both wretched and wicked have survived the Middle Passage. But thanks to the French, the Dutch, the English, and the Spanish, we gained and maintained a most sacred advantage. Generational baggage, watching their hope vanish. Beasts of burden, most uncivilized of persons. Land wasn't promised for the propagation of servants. They are the property whose backs lift the southern economy and bend to the wheel of our cultural autonomy. Cotton would collapse, tobacco would dry, and even rice would cease being something people buy. Think of the anarchy that freeing them would cause, with riots and bloodshed and the abolishment of law, with hundreds of thousands of newly unemployed blacks would saturate the market with no products to tax. Now, speaking of the freedom of the slave, relax. In fact, it's been practiced by many since way back. Ancient Greeks owned slaves, as well as the Romans. Jesus never spoke out about it at any moment. Furthermore, we gave the word of God himself to the heathens, spreading Christianity to the darkest of regions. And those are the reasons, a few among many, of why the slave deserves
not one, not any. 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 This land deserves neither freedom nor pity.
May I say a few words? You see, I want to say a few words about this matter. You see, I am a woman, right? I have as much muscle as any man, and I can do as much work as any man can. I have plowed, reaped, chopped, husked, and mowed. Can any man do more than that? I have heard much about the sexes being equal. Well, I can carry as much as any man, and I can eat as much too if I can get it. I'm as strong as any man that is now. That's the intellect. All I can say is, if women have a pint and men a quart, then why can't she have a little pint full? See, you need not be afraid to give us our rights for fear that we will take too much. We can't take more than what our little pints can carry. These poor men, they seem to be all in confusion and just don't know what to do. Our children, you have women's rights and just give them to them. So you'll feel better. You'll have your own rights and then they won't be so much trouble. I can't read. I hear. And I heard the Bible. And I have learned that these cause men to sin. Well, if women upset the world so, then you give her the chance to set it right side up again. The lady, she spoke about Jesus and how he never spurned women from him. And she was right. You see, when Lazarus died, Mary and Martha, they came to him with faith and love, and they besought him to raise their brother, and Jesus wept. And Lazarus came forth. Hallelujah. And how came Jesus into this world? Through God, who created him, and through woman, who bore him. Men, where's your heart? But the woman they're coming up again, bless God. A few of these men they're coming up with her, but man is in a tight place. You see, the whole slave is coming in on him. The woman is coming in on him, and he is shown between a hawk and a buzzard. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
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 Thank you.
purpose, so I became a preacher, teacher, orator, counselor, leader. People listened when I spoke and they couldn't believe what they were speaking and hearing. I was like a dream, a premonition for all good things to come. Fighting for women's rights, black, white, old, young. The song that they sung was for abolition. Civil liberties, all I had a clear vision. Feminist, fighter, published, writer, lioness, queen, breathing, fire. I changed my name to the journey. And now you're a woman. Well, but I'm just setting the stage for you. For you. For you. For you.
Hey, that's hard. Woo! Okay.
I am convinced that there is clearly something wrong with you mentally. You have gone completely mad. First, you start writing these intolerable notions of slaves and their contributions to history, and that is absolute foolishness. And if that wasn't enough, now you're really trying to push that it was African American women. I wouldn't give this credit to any woman, let alone a black woman.
I've been presented with an idea, a proposition that can change the position I've been given. An opportunity and freedom, no guarantee, but it's so close I can see it. You see, this revolutionary war is bleeding for the colonists that only choose their guns to speak for what they want to see for starters. Every day a man becomes a martyr. They outnumbered and outsmarted at every turn. But up until now, it really wasn't my concern. Then I learned that if I enlisted to fight, my freedom could be earned. Marquis de Lafayette, an ally to the U.S., went ahead to suggest that the best bet yet will be for me to get a job across British lines, posing as a servant in their service. But here's the part that made me nervous. The British think I'm serving them happily, when actually I'm taking notes on all their battle strategies and taking it back to Marquis so he can have the heads up and the edge up on the enemies. And yeah, I did it for goals that I was chasing. I played my part and became a spy for the nation. I spied on Benedict Arnold and Lord Charles Cornwallis. And fighting battle, the latter was not a novice. In fact, it was he who came to me to handle a major key. You wouldn't believe he knew that as a slave. I knew the lay of the land, that he spoke the command. That's when he made a demand that I spy on the continental home and pass many kind of plans that they had to crash the party. As far as he knew, I was down for what he wanted. And since he gave me a job, he thought I'd keep it 100. But little did he know, I would give him all the wrong info, which led to a bad blow to the British troops in Yorktown. That's where it all went down. The British had to concede, the U.S. didn't succeed. And a large part of that was all because of me. But it still took him 6 years to set a brother free. But paying homage to Marquis took on his last name. He hugged the man before he break the bottles and chains. I'm really fading to the name of James. Armistead Lafayette, a black double agent for the U.S. Now help me say, hey, 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 a black double agent for the U.S. Hey, hey, let me hear you say, hey, black double agent for the U.S. Hey, 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 a black double agent for the U.S. Hey, 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 a black double agent for the U.S. That's me. Hey, 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 a black double agent for the U.S. Hey, 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 a black double agent for the U.S. Hey, 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 a black double agent for the U.S. Hey, yeah, hey, 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 a black double agent for the U.S. 20,000 strong, the proclamation. Listen. 20,000 strong fighting for the British crown. A more compelling prospect than what exists now. John Murray, known as the fourth Earl of Dunmore, Royal Governor of Virginia, the one who brought forth the proclamation, which changed the conversation about dedication to a true emancipation. A fight from rebel masters and slave operations, loyalty to a principle, not mental locations. Lord Dunmore stated, any enslaved blacks who fought for the British would be free by that act. Early November 1760.
social nature of the colonist crimes. The line of self-liberty came from owners and Negroes who wanted freedom and slavery was their egos. In a revolution only intended for whites, why wouldn't slaves pick up their arms and go fight for the other side? Their whole lives have been genocide, generations that were cast aside. Now everybody's in an uproar, martial law and economy, cause this decision could shift in ideology by winning the hearts and the minds of the enslaved. That fear of retribution and rage on world stage. The Phillipsburg Proclamation further defined slaves didn't even have to wage help any kind. All you had to do was make it past British lines, and blacks would leave the time of forced servitude behind. Men, women, and children, young and old civilians, joined British ranks to flee colonial villains. However, these decrees were meant as idealistic or human interest. It was purely militaristic, a war tactic to leave the colonists erratic under the guise of an issue that was systematic. It was simply practical to agitate the radicals. The black freedom was the price that damage was collateral. Whatever the reason, they fought for the treason. But the freedom was simply wanting to get even. The Queen's Raiders and the Black Brigade were formed after the Ethiopian regiment was born. What was once property and treated improperly were now black loyalists who sided with the monarch. Seemed like a logical decision. Slave or a soldier, which one you pick? Seemed like a logical decision. Slave or a soldier, which one you pick?
I am Titus Cornelius, aka Todd, aka Titus the Terrible, aka Colonel Todd. I was a slave born of African descent in the province of New Jersey, but I escaped my master and I fought for the British and became a black loyalist. My name is Todd, Titus the Terrible, also known as Cornelius or Colonel Todd. I am Titus Cornelius of the Black Brigade. By the king, I've been paid to administer these raids. No lives from the other side will be saved if you fight for a country who would have me enslaved. The weapons that I wield, plus the rage I feel, dangerous combination once mixed with my ideals. I see behind the gears of the ever-turning wheel, where freedom ain't given but taken with cold steel. The sharpest of blades to cut away from the days of being human cattle to buy, sell, and trade. 1751, born as a slave, to wear the coolest master slavery ever made. A Quaker named John Quillies in New Jersey, talking about the harshness of life, very early on, common and savage, weapons above average, with slight transgression. They practice oppression, not the practice of Quakers. Around that time, was to educate slaves, so you would better see crime, to teach them how to write and read the written word, and by the age of 21, you set them free as a bird. But John Quillies found this notion absurd, so he did the opposite of what the Quakers preferred. November the 5th, 1775, I made my escape and changed my name to Todd. This is one day after the Government's proclamation that freed any slave who fought for the British nation. So I joined the Black Loyalists, became a Black Loyalist, to kill snakes in the grass that proved poisonous. The pride of Dunmore's Ethiopian regiment, the first black guerrilla war residents. I fought alongside the Queen's Rangers and a elite group of soldiers, sharp as a razor, killing cheese every day, civil cattle forage, and claiming all for all the British forces, a massive surprise attacks with a military mind fixed on payback when nothing can't for ransack. That's why it's both free black right now. On raids on homes, local to Washington, kept too many torturing young leaders in the process. They make them confess, even goods we didn't process. We burned down all the homes after they were looted, and all those who rebelled against the king were executed. All hordes grown for false liberty were muted, trees grown for peace were uprooted until the fateful day. 1780, 5 bloody years through to what the system made me. I led the attack on jokes like a honey. A known rebel leader who would find himself lucky. He held a far shot, and we conspired to smoke him out the house. We had to set it on fire. At some point in the gunfight, I got shot. No hole in the wrist, there's a hole in the plot. Honey got away in just 3 days. I was dead from infection from a wound that decayed. At just 27 years of age, they spoke of me as a myth for the war that I waged. Still a founding father, though, for the other side, wouldn't have it any way otherwise.
myself clear. We are not documenting traitor Negro slaves turned king's henchmen. One more word of Negro traitor slaves and I'm going to hang you like one. The nerve of you, passing judgment on how history has been documented for the past 100 years. You have the audacity to tell me how to do this? I know you. Sure, got your hands on a book or two. Clearly take your education seriously. You seem to be well read, but I know where you come from. Your mother, the hedge creeper. Your father, the hornswoggler of Goose Hollow. And you have the audacity to tell me how to document history. You just remember what I said and you do as you're told or else.
I've got nerve, he's got nerve. He's like, I will just take that musket from him and shove it through his throat. He's nothing but a white supremacist, gift-faced flat fool. He wants me to keep doing this the white way, but I'm gonna make sure that I do it the right way. Blanche Bruce was born enslaved and eventually gained his freedom and became a U.S. Senator.
Hello, Americans. Listen, I have confidence, not only in this country and her institution, but in the dexterity, the independence, the creativity, and the capacity of my people. Whether or not it's spiritual, whether or not political, we will find our way, sometimes in the fields of letters, art, sciences, and the professions. I won't give this up for freedom, nor for love of our country. I want to know who's here tonight. Shout out your school. Let me hear where you're from. Come on. Come on, that's what's up. How y'all doing? My name is Blanche Bruce, the first black man elected to the Senate. If so, can I tell you about my story real quick? Can I tell you about my story? Okay? All right? I hope everybody's well. The first black man to be elected to the Senate is serving full term. That's an important tidbit. My name, Blanche Bruce, born a slave in all this abuse. Here I stand with my truth. I was produced by a country on the verge of change. The civil war between the states was 20 years away. Been rolling in progress. I wanted it to stay. The future of our nation was held in array. Confederates was all rotten, all new to cotton. With blacks in their field who were right for the flogging. No one listened to claims of the angel ill-gotten on the abduction of millions with no plan to stop it. This was the climate of which I was raised. 1821, born as a slave. Close to Farmville on the Pennsylvania County. Below the Mason-Dixon, Virginia was a colony, not known as a state. In a treacherous place where slavery lays waste to every black face. My mother was Chronicles, my father was our master. Pettis Beckerson was a white Virginia planter. Now admittedly, he treated us both considerably. Better than most in our position, I suppose. He gave me education, filled me with knowledge, and taught me a trade for freeing me from bondage. I moved to Missouri, then up to Mississippi to attain where I get to that later in the story. After Reconstruction, it was our main function to serve the purple office and undo the corruption, to right what they going, and thus I wasn't born to fight for the many who went wild on the Senate floor. 1874, my election was unanimous. Both black and white, the support was the kindness. Drafting legislation, preventing discrimination, they got black civil war veterans and painters. Calling for better treatment of the Chinese and the natives. Rallying for Negroes and Western migration. A career politician, known as first rate, until the day I passed. In 1898, let's back up. I think I left some things out. I'm afraid I owned slaves to work in the field in the house. I didn't talk about my plantation in Mississippi, where I helped blacks in shacks that work white country. Many call me a traitor because I made white neighbors and was shown favor from the slave owners and quakers. Maybe it's because I never truly felt the sting that 100 years of oppression truly brings. But I spent the time I had that, trying to rectify all my prior missteps and their negative effects. True indeed, that relationship is complex, but my wife, Josephine, is here to add context. Daisy trying to visit the dance got just been loose. But the front to the back, what up, just been loose?
1878, I married Blanche, and we traveled throughout Europe gaining culture and experience together. Upon our arrival back into the States, we settled in Washington, D.C. In order for my husband to pursue a career in politics, I became a women's rights activist. As a result of previously existing splits between white suffrage groups and African American suffrage groups, I was not allowed to participate in those white suffrage groups. As a result, some African American women decided to join the white women's organizations in the hopes that through combined efforts they'd be able to achieve a faster result for both groups. Unfortunately, many of those groups still did not allow African American women like myself to join their conventions and be a part of their activities. As a result, many African American women started creating their own national organizations that disregard race, giving me the opportunity to serve in many leadership roles. Still, my husband and I were snubbed by the Black community, who claimed that we spent more time with whites than Blacks. Of course, we were snubbed by the white community too. They disregarded us. The Democrats and their wives refused to spend time with us, looking down on me because of my racial heritage. Then, when my husband's senatorial career ended, the backlash became much more clear.
This was all when present at a time where slaves were discouraged from reading and writing, if not altogether forbidden. In 1773, I traveled to London with my master's son, Nathaniel. There, I was admired for my literary talents and poems. Selina Hastings, the Countess of Huntingdon, she funded the publication of my book. Prior to my journey, Boston publishers refused to consider my books for publication. So my book, Poems on Various Subjects, Religious and Moral, was published in London in late 1773, and I was only 20 years old at the time. Poems on various subjects have been published. I became a literary celebrity on both sides of the continent, both in Atlanta and in Europe. The English printer Archibald Law proclaimed in a newspaper that my book was perhaps one of the greatest instances of pure, unassisted genius that the world has produced. The book was avidly discussed and reviewed in Europe and in the Americas when it was finally printed in the colonies. Would you like to hear this out? On being brought from Africa to America, 'twas mercy brought me from my pagan land, taught my benighted soul to understand that there is a God, that there's a Savior too. Once I redemption neither saw nor knew, some view all race the same eye. Their color is a diabolic God. Remember, Christians, Negroes, black as king, may be refined to enjoy the angelic tree. On virtue, oh, thy bright jewel in my aim, I strive to comprehend thee. Thy own words declare, wisdom is higher than a fool can reach. I cease to wonder and no more tempt. Thy height to explore, or fathom thy profound. But oh, sink not my soul into despair. Virtue is near thee, and with gentle hand would now embrace thee. Hover over thine head, fade with the heaven-born soul with her converse. Then court of a promised lips. Auspicious clean thy heavenly pinions spread, and lead celestial chastity along. Lo now her sacred retinue, the sins arrayed in glory from the orbs above. Attend me, virtue, through my youthful years. Oh, lead me not to the false joys of time, but guide my steps to a higher appellation still. Teach me a better stream, a nobler man. O thou enthroned with the chairs to the realms of the dead. A farewell to America. Adieu, New England, smiling leaves. Adieu, the flowery plain. I leave thy opening charms, O spring, and tip the roaring main. In vain for me the flowers rise and boost their gaudy pride. While here beneath the northern skies, I mourn for health denied. Celestial maid of rosy hue, oh let me view thy ring. Language to the face I view thy vanished joys regain. Susanna mourns, nor can I bear to see the crystal shower among the falling tender tear, sad departure's hour. Not regarding can I see her soul with grief oppressed, but let no sighs, no groans from me steal from her pensive breast. In vain the feathered warblers sing, in vain the garden blooms, and on the bosom of the spring breathes out her sweet perfume. While from Britannia's distant shore we weep the living thing, and on the bosoms of the spring we try to send in vain. Oh, no help appears celestial day to place it into me, with his mantle on her frame, with so delighted made, to mark the veil where London lies, with misty vapors crowned, which cloud orbits thousand eyes, and veil her charms around. Why, Phoebus, move thy car so slow thy rising red? Give us the famous town to view, this glorious thing of death. For thee, Britannia, I resign, New England smiling fin, to view again her charms divine. What joy the prospects yield, but thou, temptation, hence away, with all thy fatal train, not once did you my soul away by thine enchanting strain. Thrice